Hello, my name is Laura Lee Pond. This is my client, Monica Torrey. She is 25 years old. She's Native American, and she is a domestic violence survivor. The setting is a domestic violence shelter in Upper Michigan, and this is an intake office and an intake interview. So, hello, Monica. How are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, tell me a little bit about what brought you in here today.
Um, well, I was in a really bad situation with my husband.
Mm-hmm.
We were living in Detroit. I didn't have any friends or family there. I moved there with him.
Mm-hmm.
We have 3 children together, and he's just been very aggressive and violent lately.
Hmm.
Um,
Can you tell me a
and
little bit about what that aggression or that violence has looked like for you?
well, he doesn't have a job, so he stays home. And if I ask him to do anything, as far as the children, um, he gets really upset, and he he has restrained me, and prevented me from leaving the home.
Mm.
And I stay because I don't want it to get any worse. I did stay because I didn't want it to get any worse with the kids. I didn't want the violence to escalate. I kind of know um, when I have to just do what he says to do,
Okay.
and then I would do nothing because I didn't want the kids to see it.
Okay. So what I hear you saying is that keeping your kids safe or kind of keeping your kids out of that situation is really important to you.
It is, and that's why I contacted my aunt, and she's allowing me and the kids to stay with her right now, until I can get things figured out.
Okay.
Um, but it's really stressful. It's small,
Mm-hmm.
and I've been spotting. So I went to the emergency room last night, and I'm pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I told him, and he said that he's irritated.
Mm.
And I asked him why he was irritated, and he said, because I was pregnant. And I just feel like I wanted to be on birth control, and I wanted, you know, I didn't want this. And I just feel like, I had to have sex with him because he's my husband and he made me. Um, and now I don't know what to do. I don't know. He's irritated with me. I'm overwhelmed. I don't know. I
Yeah.
don't know what to do. I'm working as a housekeeper. I'm not even
Yeah.
getting many hours.
It
Um,
sounds like an overwhelming situation, especially like you said, finding out that you're pregnant and having it not be something that was planned and not really knowing what to do.
well, I had an abortion last year.
Hmm. Is that
Um,
something you're contemplating doing with this pregnancy?
yes.
Hmm.
Yeah, I talked to the doctor about it, and there's a pill option.
Okay.
Um, so if I can get to Traverse City by Wednesday, that's an option. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Um,
Is
I
that
don't know
what
what.
you want to do?
I just don't feel like I have any other options. I don't know unless I'd have to go back. I'd have to go back to him, and I don't want to go back to him.
So you're saying
Um,
your only option you feel like is for you to have another abortion, or you feel like you would have to go back to him if you had another child?
yeah, I don't know how I could take care of 4 kids by myself.
Okay. Okay. And is staying with your aunt, that's just a temporary solution for you, or that's something that you were thinking about doing long term?
No, I mean, I need my own place, but
Hmm.
she helps dramatically with
Okay.
the kids, but I don't know how long she'll want to help me for. Um, and I have daycare set up, but it's just, and usually my hours are like, 7 a.m. until whenever, like I'm housekeeper
Hmm.
at the local casino. So whenever I get done with my rooms, I'm done. So I never really know, but it's really never past 5 o'clock. So that's good.
Yeah.
So
It's
that's good with the kids. Like
a pretty good
I
hour.
always know it's not like I'm working nights or anything like that,
Right.
but I would like a higher paying job.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, it sounds like you have goals for yourself for a better job so that you're, hopefully able to better provide for your family. I want to circle back. We talked a little bit about your relationship with your husband. Tell me a little bit more about just what that relationship was like. You had said that he has restrained you and that he has forcefully had sex with you. Do you still have contact with him? Can you tell me a little bit more about that relationship?
well, the last time I talked to him when he said he was irritated that I was pregnant and um we talked about things and I think things got really bad when we had our first baby
Mm.
and he got overwhelmed. um he's he's a good dad, like if you don't ask him to do anything.
Mhm.
All the responsibilities on me.
Like
So I
day-to-day
kind of just don't
chores.
say anything. I don't ask him anything to do anything. I worked and then I had to come home. I had to do the dishes, the laundry, bath,
Mhm.
homework.
Right.
I go to bed at like 1 a.m., every night. Then I get back up at like 6 a.m. The baby's up all night.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, and then, he's just, I don't know, maybe he's depressed. I don't know. Like
Yeah.
maybe things would get better, like if I went back. Like,
Yeah. It sounds like you have a lot of goals for yourself in place just outside of him. And it sounds like what you're saying is that living with him hasn't been um, ideal for you, even just with the 3 children, that you're having to do a lot of the child care and the cleaning up and the chores around the house, and you're working at the same time.
mhm.
What goals
Yeah.
what goals do you think would be different if you were to stay in Upper Michigan versus go back to Detroit?
Well, the most important thing I think is keeping the kids safe. And I know he's never harmed them,
Okay.
but I don't want them growing up thinking like, I guess this is normal. And that's the thing. It's like to me, maybe this is normal because the way I grew up and my parents, my mom, um, my dad was horrible to my mom. Like he was horrible. He would, hit her in front of us. He stuck her head in a toilet before.
Yeah.
And he shot a gun at her once.
Mm.
Didn't, so when I think of that, I'm just like, well, geez, this doesn't seem that bad
Yeah.
compared to that.
Right. It sounds like you've been through a lot growing up as a child, and you're just wanting to really make sure that your kids don't experience that kind of environment as they grow up. It sounds like you're a really amazing mom that just wants to protect and provide for her children, and that's a respectable quality as a woman. I'm
Well,
really
thank you.
I'm really glad that you're here, and I really want to find ways that we can help you, because this is a tribal run facility, this domestic shelter. We do give you opportunities to look for a job. So if that's something you would be interested in, finding another job. You said maybe housing would be something that you would be interested in, because living with your aunt, it sounds like that's not a long-term solution. So I would love to continue meeting with you weekly, and we can process some of the stuff that you've been talking about today, some of those not so great things that you went through as a child, and try and find some solutions moving forward for your current situation. If you do decide to go back to your husband and go back downstate, I would love to help you develop a safety plan. Is that something that you've ever done before?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. What did that look like when you did it in the past?
Well, I had neighbors that knew kind of like the situation that I was in.
Mm-hmm.
So just like I would, if I needed them to come over immediately, I would just like turn like on and off like the outside light. Hopefully they'd see it, or I'd call them and I'd have code words that I would say just so they knew to come over or to call the police.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have bags at my friend's house with like my stuff and the kids' stuff, like documentation. I have my own checking account. And so I have my own car. So we could just leave, and pretty much just like what rooms to avoid in an argument. Always be like close to an exit.
Yeah, it sounds like you had a pretty good plan set in place. And so did you utilize that plan when you left this time?
You know, I didn't even tell him I was leaving. He had went to the store. I just got the kids and I left.
Okay.
Because, last week when he tried to restrain me, I just can't have the kids around that anymore. Like, I don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was kind of scared, like, of what he would do if he knew I was leaving. Yeah.
Yeah. So you just wanted to get out before you had to have any more interaction with him about that.
Yeah. Like, I don't want the cops called. I don't want the kids scared.
Mm-hmm.
I want them thinking the cops are bad because they're arresting their dad, because they don't understand what's happening. So I just left, and I hope he doesn't come try to find me or anything like that. Do you guys help with personal protection orders?
We do help with personal protection and just anonymity while you're in the community. And so we can set up a safety plan for you here that isn't just protecting you for the fact that you would go back with him in Detroit, but it would help maintain your safety while you're here if he was to come and try and find you in the community or wherever you were at.
And what I do, like for coping, like I do smudging. Do you guys have sage?
Yes, we actually smudge every morning with our clients, and it's a really wonderful way. A lot of the clients say that they love doing it as a ritual and part of their daily lives, and they find it to be really relaxing. What are the reasons that you like to do it for?
Just peace of mind. It relaxes me, and just kind of takes me out of reality for a moment. And I that's what I like. I want more like coping mechanisms for just stress.
Yeah, and that's something that in our sessions, like I said, we would see each other weekly. That's something that we could really work on here, and I could provide you with some resources to work on coping skills on your own. And then we could also get you involved in doing the smudging ceremonies that we do every morning here.
I would like that. Yeah.
So it sounds like you're feeling overwhelmed, but it also sounds like you have a couple different decisions that you can make, whether it be staying up here in Upper Michigan and getting resources from the tribe and continuing to meet with me. Or if you were to decide that you wanted to go back to your husband and go back downstate, we could continue to support you by developing another safety plan. It's really up to you. I want to empower you that you get to make the decision about your baby, about what you choose to do and where you choose to go or to stay, and that we do have resources here that could help you.
Thank you.
Yeah, it sounds like you have had a lot going on, and I just want to assure you that it is possible here to make sure that you get what you need, and that, like you said, you can provide for your kids in a way where they feel safe and secure as well.
Yes, that's why I feel safe here. I feel the kids are safe. So if I can make it work here, this is where I want to be.
Okay. Okay. So,
And I do appreciate.
Are you saying that you've made that decision then, that you would like to try and make it work here?
I do. I need to. What I want to do, I guess, first is I'm on a time frame as far as this abortion.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the first thing I need to I want to think about. And I appreciate you not judging me. I don't, yeah, I don't like telling people this, but it is just something I really need to think about right now.
Sure. And that's something that that we can talk about too. Obviously, it's a time sensitive thing, but I do want you to know as well that whatever decision you come up with, we will work through.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, it was really wonderful to meet you, Monica. And we can continue to meet weekly. On your way out, just touch base with the secretary and she can schedule you again. And I just wish you the best in this coming week. So thank you so much.
Thank you.